This episode was previously recorded in front of an imaginary studio audience.
Time for Fun Knife Friday!
All you knife chatters out there, I hope your day's going better than mine, because mine has not been going very well. Matter of fact, this last week has not been going very well at all, if you know what I mean. And it's been causing me some problems. And well, I gotta tell you, it's going to be affecting the schedule of Fun Knife Friday for probably the next 3 or 4 weeks now. And I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. Some things, life gets in the way of YouTube and this great production that I'm doing for you. So you might be seeing some best ofs and some reruns and some mashups and stuff like that in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Because, well, sometimes, like I said, things just happen. In any case, my doctor has advised me to stay away from the Volcano Club for a while. Apparently, it's an unhealthy environment, whatever they mean by that. But they did say I could come down, visit the Volcano Club, and do this one show, because I really have been wanting to do this one for a while. And it's right here, Undertaker Warrior. Remember the Undertaker 3 that I always said was the fourth Undertaker knife by Jim Frost? Well, this is the number 2 knife, number 2 Undertaker by Jim Frost. At least I think it is. And that's the Undertaker Warrior. The next one in line would be the Return of the Undertaker. And before that, there was an Undertaker Bowie. That came before this. Something like that, at least. In any case, now you're seeing the familiar blade that you see on the Undertaker 3. Let me get this out of the box without chopping off a toe or something. Here we go. Look at that beauty. Got your typical nylon sheath. This one's kind of chintzy, actually. It's kind of thin, but still pretty cool. And then you got the handle here. And that's like one of them urns that you see that you keep ashes in. That's what they're using as a pommel on this thing. That's kind of cool. And you see there, it is in genuine frostwood from the frostwood forest. Okay, let's just pull this all out. And you see in the familiar blade, but if you notice, look at that. There's no serration up there. This blade is closer to the blade that you see in the Escort Bowie than the later Undertaker 3 Bowie. So it's pretty cool. And you got your, whatever you want to call them there, little shark fins on top. And got a big old handle on there. And your hand fits good like this. Not so good if you're up on there. So that's kind of weird. And well, you see here, you got that thing there and there. You got the guard here, and whatever the back guard is called. You should have just made that a complete loop. That would have been cool. If that would have been just a complete D guard. This thing would be awesome with a D guard. In any case, if you're wondering, you can actually pretty easily disassemble this unless somebody goes and puts some Loctite on there. Because this urn, the pommel, you can actually just twist that off. Notice how that came done. So if you didn't like this, you could probably remove it. I don't know. You could definitely remove the handle. Let's see, how many turns? About 72 turns to take this thing off. And you pull this off, and then you're going to see the magic of the tang. Come on. It spins off too. This is what we call exciting YouTube. Watching somebody disassemble a knife. They'll probably spin this real fast or something. Could you imagine that? Anyway, let's go. Boom. Handle comes off. And this is what what is known as a, well, let's just leave that in place. It's a pain to take all of, oh, there we go. This is what we call a genuine rat tail tang. And not the best of tangs. Now, if this had been a solid piece of metal going all the way back a while, it would have been more known as a push tang with a little screw-on part on the back there. But this is really, truly a rat tail tang. Not the best of tangs to have on a knife. But that's what they ended up using on this one. The Jim Frost Undertaker Warrior. And if this breaks anywhere along the way, the whole handle will fall off. That's the problem. Just put it all back together again. This is the goofiest part as far as I'm concerned. I don't like this at all. But I'm going to leave it on because this is the way Jim Frost would have wanted it. And you can use this to tighten up as much as you can, but you got to really, the only way you can really get this thing totally tight is by putting the little funeral urn pommel back on. And this funeral urn pommel shows up on some other knives from Jim Frost too. I think it's even used on the Return of the Undertaker. Look at that, now it's out of place. Turn it up, tighten it, tighten it. It's easier to do without being in front of the camera. But anyway, let's get this done. I got a feeling I'm going to even edit some of this. This is boring. Boring! There you have it. Right there. That is the Undertaker Warrior. A little bit different than the Undertaker 3. Matter of fact, a lot of bit different than the Undertaker 3. And I tell you what, I think I'd prefer to have the Undertaker 3 with its encapsulated tang over the rat tail tang going through the Undertaker Warrior. So there was definitely an improvement between this knife and the later Undertaker 3. And that's why probably Undertaker 3 is the ultimate Undertaker knife by Jim Bowie. By Jim Frost. It is a Bowie knife, but Jim Bowie would have even been jealous of this knife, I think. Anyway, with that said, like I said, I'm sorry I'm going to have to leave you for a little while. We will have some content up on Fun Knife Friday, but in the meantime, gotta tell you, skip out, and thank you for being here for me, and I will be back as soon as possible. Alright, there you have it, all you knife chatters. Been your old pal, Skip the Show. Another Fun Knife Friday in the books. Remember, if your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Skip out.
If your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong, and Skip Out are registered trademarks of Skip the Show Enterprises. This has been a Cat Production presentation. All rights reserved.